Goldcrest Valley greetings to episode number 31 with me, Mr. Sealy P. So, just before I move on, I've kind of been fiddling around and working on different methods, and after the hand feeding it, I decided with the ScorpionKing to cut the lengths to about 3 metres, which is about the length, thereabouts, of the manure fork. And I was just going to say, up until this point, it's been working perfectly. Which is always the way, isn't it? When you try to demonstrate something. There we go. That's been working perfectly. Gets them so quickly. I'm going to do some. I am going to do some more loads of logs on the timber runner. But I thought I'd do some more wood chips as well. This is actually working out quite quick. Saves all the hassle of having to feed whole trees in. And there probably is a very easy way of doing it. I just haven't found it yet. I'm not very good at that bit. But this works actually surprisingly well. He says. There we go. Right. We just turn off the lights. Have a quick look down the front, and we're at 47,000. The lights on this thing are unbelievable. Look at that. That looks amazing. Let's get another load down to the Stanton sawmill. I'm just wondering, you know, whether or not it's worth just... What does wood chips go for? 227. Whether or not to just stick a big old pile down here on the floor, and then if I get a great demand or anything for wood chips, just come down with the conveyor belts and unload it straight in. Oh, what a... I'm overthinking it. I could do that. Okay. Another option I'm thinking as well is probably buying a bigger trailer. I'm thinking under tippers to get rid of the small farm tech. Now we've got the lorry as well. Getting the cramp bandit. 59,000 litres. That doesn't do wood chips though, the crone. Wouldn't mind getting the crone actually. It's only 78,000 for the bandit. I don't know. Lots of big decisions. Let's get this back. And I'll probably carry on logging late into the night. So you'll probably see me again, I would imagine, in the morning. Now, because 8s, which is the longest cut you can do, only kind of comes to about here-ish, I kind of thought instead, and this is again probably one of those obvious things, although the tyres are looking a little bit flat to the back, of doing 5s and 5s. So it goes to 10. I mean, technically I haven't come to the end, so I could do 6 and 6. If I stack them a bit more neatly, it might work. But anyway, for the time being, 5 and 5s. Strap these down. Hopefully they're not going to move around too much in transit. We'll see. And when I get there, I'll make sure I undo them before I try and sell them. So I'm hoping this way I can get more per load, although you get more for longer ones. If 8 meters is the longest cut you can do, it's not really going to help. So I don't know, I'll see how many of these I lose at the back. Because I've already started doing 8s at the bottom, these ones have kind of tipped a bit, but we'll see how we get on. And as you can see, it is getting late. It is 9 o'clock. I've taken another lot of wood chips, which I've just seen. This will be the last lot of logs for tonight. And we'll see what we get. Hopefully it's more than 25,000. We will see. I do like the running lights on this lorry. Truck. Sorry. So this time, before I try and back down into the water, I'm going to undo the straps. And I'm probably going to try and go across a little bit. It's a little bit of a funny angle. So, let's just jump out. Undo these. Okay, we've got some movement already. Whoa, it's going very strange. Yep, and they're dancing. Okay, let's back this in. They don't like it. What's on? 166, 76, 86. No, it's only got 25,000. How can that be right? There's more timber on there. That's right, isn't it? 66, 76, 86, 91, 25,000. Which means that it doesn't seem to matter how you load that, you're only going to get 25 grand. I'm sure I got 30,000 one of the times. Okay, well, back to timber we go. Now, is it just me? Or is there some kind of conspiracy? Some kind of meeting of some description, or something I'm missing out on? You never see 5 cars in a row. 6 cars. That's just weird. Where are they going? After the excitement of yesterday's episode and the late night logging session, the money has gone down again, but you'll see why in a moment. But field 24 is ready for its next fertilisation, as will field 17 be. Field 21 that's got the poplars in is still showing us not ready yet, which is weird. I don't know why. And this is unusual as well. I don't know why this keeps doing this. It doesn't always seem to want to spray. Wow, £2 wage payment for all that hard work. Whoa, mind that sign. Don't know why it keeps doing this. I don't know if it's something to do with the fact the boom's overhanging slightly, or it's getting a bit irritating. It's not a problem, because I can always do it myself, but, you know, got other things I need to do. Very busy man. I'm not quite sure why that wouldn't be working. So I'll try that again. Nope, doesn't want to do it. Don't understand. Okay, right, let's turn this on. And I'll do it myself. It's not the end of the world. I mean, the only downside is, from inside the cab you can't see a thing. Like so. Working out where you've been, proving a little bit difficult. So outside is a bit better, but then you end up relying almost on, you go onto the main map and look at this screen to show soil composition. You almost end up using that like a GPS system, because you can see where you've done already and where you haven't, which is a bit odd, but I'm almost spotting where the end of the boom is. Swing around on that. Oops, turn that off. And going in. Not ideal, but needs must. I'm way off there, look. Never mind. This could have been done in 3 passes had I been more accurate. But I'm not. Deary me. Yeah, so the login, how do you think that went? It was alright. The couple of attempts, I was, in all honesty, truly confused by the whole situation with the putting 5 metre, 2 lots of 5 metre lengths on that trailer. Logic would dictate there is more timber on there than if you just put 8 metre lengths on there and had all the rest of that trailer left empty. Yet I got exactly the same for the trailer load as I did when I just filled up with 8 metre lengths. I don't understand the logic behind that, but could be something to do with the programming. Whether it just works out a price for the amount of logs and splits it between 25,000, I don't know. The interesting thing to do would be to do another load, or keep doing loads, and see if you ever get more than 25,000 for a load. It's a conundrum. Okay. That's field 24 done. Field 17 needs doing as well. Always over and do that, you don't need to see that. I'm also moving my login equipment around. You'll see why for that as well in a moment, but see you momentarily. It's time to have a quick look at the map. Interestingly, I've just done the last spray on field 24, so that's now fully fertilised and it's in its last growth stage. If I come across here to field 17 and 21, I could have sworn I still had a fertilisation to do on both of these, yet they're both showing us fully fertilised, which is odd. But as far as growth goes, 17's on its last growth stage, 21 isn't yet. Seems to be taking a lot longer for the poplars to grow, but again, like I said, not the end of the world. Number 9, all the way over here, as you can see all the fields around the home farm are already to harvest. Number 9 is cultivated but isn't seeded with anything. Soil composition is shown as blank because nothing's been put in the ground yet. So that's the one we need to deal with. Now I did say that I was going to buy a bigger seeder for doing the corn and things like that. So looking at the sewing machines, I said I was going to get the Horsch Maestro 12SW, which has a capacity of 5,000 litres, and it will do the sunflower, soybean, corn and sugar beet. So with the money from the logging, I did. And here it is, a big beast, which is good. The other one I think was a 6 metre sow. I think this is a 9, so it will make life a bit easier, and the tank being bigger means I won't have to keep refilling as often, hopefully, fingers crossed. And the only thing that's going to be able to pull this beast is this beast. So going to get this over to field 9 and get this going on putting corn in the field there as well. Like I said before, the pigs are getting through the corn at quite a rate. So I've got corn in field 24, I'll also have corn in field 9, but I haven't even got that crop in. With everything else that I've been doing, it's not that I forgot about field 9, I needed doing, but I did say I was going to hold off after I ploughed it and cultivated it. I wanted to hold off and wait till I had a bigger seeder, because this small one, the Vaderstat Tempo F8 I think it was, would just keep running out of seed way too quick. So this was the option. Back on 9. Looking good, cultivated, nice, deep, rich soil colour. So let's open this up. I want it on corn and lower the sower, turn on the sower, and away we go. Now I have overhung a little bit over the sides here, so I've noticed with a few of the crops when I sometimes set a worker off, or even I've done it myself, if I try and kind of maximise the width of the sower or whatever I'm using, it seems to miss bits, and when you only look on the map there's bits that have been missed on ploughing, bits that have been missed on fertilising or sowing. So I've just overhung it just slightly just to see. There shouldn't be any gaps, it should be perfect. Okay, I'm really confused now. What is going on? I wonder if my settings have been changed to show that it only needs one fertiliser. I haven't changed that. That doesn't make any sense, because that's now showing as fertilised. Like on the darkest one. That can't be right. Growth. First growth stage. Let me just check that. 1. Fertilising states. How has that changed? That doesn't make any sense. That does explain a lot. Right, so let's do this again. Oh man. Now it's showing that part of it's part of it's fully fertilised and part of it's not. Oh great, okay. And down there they've gone back to the original state. How did that happen? That's so weird. Okay, right, well, I'll leave him to carry on, which does now mean, having just put the fertiliser sprayer away, I'm going to go all the way back down to 2117 and do them again. Hooray! I don't understand that. Anyway, not to worry. I will leave worker, I don't know. Don't know what the initial is until it stops. Female worker to carry on. Lot of toing and froing. Back to down at field 17. And hopefully this will work this time. That's so bizarre. I don't. Yeah, it's not like I've even had an update. Why does this keep doing this? He has not completed his task. Oh, come on. Oh, is it because I already seeded, didn't I? Yeah, ignore me, I'm mumbling again. Let's try this again. No. Let's go, right, okay. Do it myself. There we go. No, this should work this time. Yes, a lot of toing and froing. I don't know how that fertilisation state got turned off. That's really weird. And I could understand it if there'd been an update. Sometimes when there's an update they reset, things reset automatically for some bizarre reason, but unless there's been an update and the PlayStation's done it automatically without me realising, but normally you get a message saying an update's been installed or something, so I don't know. Very, very peculiar. I'm waiting on an update for that silage bay problem up at the biogas plant. Apparently it's being worked on, who knows. But unless those bunkers, silage bunkers, bays, silos, can be fully emptied and register as empty, you can't put anything new in them, so don't know. It's a weird one. Mind that lamppost. Oh, that was close. Should really have turned that sprayer off then, but never mind. So let's just stop there and go back to the map. And let's check this now, shall we? That's better. That's weird. But see what I mean though, about the ends, that was ploughed. And I finished off the headland bits myself. So I'm not sure why it's registering there, and across here as being needing ploughing. It's odd. Maybe just because it's through the boundaries. And you've got some bits here that are showing us having been fertilised, some haven't. It's a bit odd. So just make sure I overlap on the fields now, so that it all works. Otherwise, I mean, realistically though, the difference in yield for a tiny little strip on the edge, I mean, you know, you want to get maximum yield from most of the crop, don't you? If not all of the crop, not most of it. You can imagine a farmer out there, oh, I don't mind, I'll get a good yield on most of my crop. you want the best yield you can get on all of your crop. And it will fluctuate, but you're aiming for maximum. Right, every time I forget this bump. There we go, didn't forget this time. I go charging around there, loving life and the sound of the T7, and just catapult everything up into the air. Right, let's open up again. Right, let's shut that off. Check into the map. Oh, I'm baffled now, because I just fertilised that. That didn't register at all. Maybe it needs to be another growth stage on. It's not going well today. I don't know why. Growth, yeah, it needs to be on the darker one, I think, to do this one again. Oh God, it's one of those days. Right. I'm going to fold this up, and I'm going to leave this down here because it is going to need doing. It really is. For the time being, I will leave it here. And this time, try to make sure I press the right button and actually save the recording. If you see this bit of a clip, it's because I did it well. If you don't, you'll never know. Okay, up at field 9, the work has finished. Soil composition is fertilised at first stage, apart from the bit that's dark blue because of the error, which we won't go into. Growth should be on the first stage as well. And if I'm right, it should be corn, orange, yes. Brilliant. Right. Starting the engine first would be a good idea, wouldn't it? And it hasn't used a huge amount of fertiliser or the seed, which is what I was kind of hoping right from the word go. A worthwhile investment, I think you'll agree. So, let's get this back and leave this to grow. Watched pot and all that. But these all seem to be going really well. So at some point in the not too distant future there'll be plenty of harvesting jobs to go. Actually, there's probably a lot of fertiliser spraying jobs at the moment on the old contracting front, but I need to get a few bits and bobs done of my own first before I get on with that. I'm thinking, I do this every now and again, have this kind of a big blitz on contracting work, some saving up for something. I'm thinking, oh, that was close. I'm thinking about maybe a new harvester, maybe a bigger harvester. We had the original, the Case 1600, 1660, whatever it was called, and then moved up to the Massey Ferguson Activa, however you pronounce it. I don't know whether to go for a bigger, whoa, a bit of a wobble on, whether to go for a bigger harvester, a bit of a change as well. Allow me to run a bigger header as well. Question is what though? Dilemmas. But it will require a bit of saving up. When I say a bit, a lot of saving up. So what I'll do very, very quickly is, which side is the seed? I think it's this side. Just refill the seed from here. See if any boxes disappear. Pallets. How bizarre. Make sure I don't knock any over this time. And park this up. And that should be me done for kind of my own field type stuff. There is a lot of harvesting that needs doing, which I'm not going to do just yet. The cultivator is missing from the shed. There is a reason for that, because I'm thinking about increasing the size of the cultivator we own, so I might be getting a bigger cultivator as well. I took it down to the shop to sell. I want to get a little bit more money together just to make sure that when I do sell it and buy the new one, I've got a bit of a buffer in the bank account. But there we go. So that's our 2 Horsch sowers. Jump out of that. Yeah, the Horsch Maestro and the Horsch Pronto. Whoops, a bit close. So got those, they're a fair size, and then it'll be a bigger cultivator, probably over here. Fertiliser spreader in there. The plough is staying as this. After buying that big Salford, not getting on with it, didn't like it. And like I said, I don't care if it takes a long time, I'm going to stick with this. Right then, next job. Back up at the logging site, I'm going to, just these 3 metre length ones here that I was using for wood chipping, I'm going to clear these. There's a couple left in the wood chipper that I've put in here, so a couple. I'm going to finish these off, then move the rest of this logging equipment down the hill. Because there's a few trees at the bottom end of one of the fields I want to clear, just to make life easier when I'm working on the fields down there. So I'm going to turn the wood crusher. I should take those in, he says. Doesn't seem to want to take any of them. Probably overloaded it. Let's have a look. There we go. Once it starts to take one, it should take the rest. There we go. Perfect. Right. Let's jump in here and get the next ones in. Like I say, when I've cleared this, and we'll whiz down the hill. I know it's wood chipping again. I've done some other bits and bobs, but I do need to clear some bits down the bottom at the farm. As you can see, it's becoming a bit of a wastegate up here. I could clear those ones over there, and I could probably clear some more over there, just behind the little hut. If I do some more logging, I may well come back up here, and I may do some logging off screen. Like I say, I don't want to do too many logging episodes, otherwise people get kind of bored of it, but I am going to continue to do logging, regardless whether it's on screen or not. That one's going to fall out, I can tell that already. Not to worry. Let's drop those in. Another load of wood chips. Hopefully, see what we get for these this time. It's not quite a full load, but not far off a full load. Hopefully we're about 10,000 again. Maybe just under. Should have looked at the price, shouldn't I actually? Never mind. Or do what I said the other day and put a big old pile next to it, and when the price is good then transfer it in. 10,600, that's right, price has gone back up. And so we finish the episode where we began. Cutting down a few trees for wood chips. These are the trees I was talking about at the end of field 12, just to give myself room for turning round with cultivators and seeders and fertilisers and the rest of it. I'm cutting these into 3 metre lengths again, just so they're easier to feed into the wood chipper. A few bits and bobs done in today's episode. As you can see, the money in the corner's gone up again. I did stop and do the odd bit of contracting work here and there, off screen of course, feeding my addiction as I do. But we come to the end of another episode. There are a few things I need to do next. I'm going to buy a bigger cultivator. I do need to harvest my fields at the home farm, because as you can see across there, they are all ready to harvest. Just going to clear these out of the way first. I haven't done any cover crops yet. I was going to look at doing that on one of my fields. Probably purchase some more fields as well. So as I said before, I'm not buying more equipment, but I am upgrading the equipment I've got, getting bigger versions of the same bits of equipment, which will help me hopefully to progress faster and work on bigger fields. Hopefully that is the plan. Anyway, that being said, am I not close up to the tree? Probably not. There we go. That being said, that's it for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a like. If you don't subscribe yet, I'd love it if you did. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. Feel 3, you can feel 4, 5 or 6, or you can feel free. That would be better, wouldn't it? If you want to share the video, please be my guest, share it with whoever you would like to. I am on Facebook as well, under Mr. CDP, with screenshots and links to my YouTube clips. Check out the YouTube channel. I did promise that this weekend would be a bit different and to watch this space. My intention was to do a Sosnovka episode, which unfortunately, due to various different things, didn't get around to doing it, and I do apologise. And as you can see, I've taken the tracks off of this and had the wheeled version, because I haven't had a wheeled version before, so I thought I would. Anyway, that is all from me for today's episode. Whatever you choose to do, like, subscribe, comment, share or go over and have a look on Facebook. As always, at the end of my videos, thank you for watching.